report has to deal with swimming safety, and here the report on that subject is Mike McCaffrey. Mike?
Mark, public and private swimming pool and beach owners try to emphasize safe swimming as much as they can. Some go as far as to learning cardiopulmonary resuscitation. CPR is the massaging of the heart along with mouth-to-mouth resuscitation. I'll give you a small list of some of the basic safety rules. In an emergency, get out. Always walk, never run. In an emergency, get out of the water and stay out of the way. Always know where a lifeguard is. Do not jump or dive near others. Do not dunk. Do not push, pull, or shove. I hope these tips help you keep safe in and around any pool or lake.
Thank you, Mike. In case you've just tuned in, you are watching the Green Valley Report, and today's segments are on summer fun. Now we'll go over to Corey Masalowitz for a first report done by himself and Mike McCaffrey. Corey?
Thank you, Mark. This report is about fishing, and here to tell us about it is a top local fisherman, Mr. John Minty. Mr. Minty, how often do you go fishing?
Corey, I go fishing about once a week.
What is some of the basic equipment a fisherman would need?
This is the outfit I bought for my young son when he started fishing. It's a Johnson Century spin casting reel on a 5.5-foot fiberglass rod. It's got 4-pound test on it, and it's a real good starting outfit. Some of the lures that we use when we're not fishing with live bait are the floating Rebel minnow. It's fished on top of the water. It's a good bass bait. A beetle spin, which is trolled or casted through the water. A lead-headed jig, which is usually bounced along the bottom. You will usually hook a minnow or a nightcrawler onto the back of this and bounce it along the bottom. And a rubber worm. This is a good bass bait. It's fished in weeds and around piers and things like that.
Roughly how much does those all cost?
The Rebel is $1.50. The beetle spin's $1.50. These jigs are usually about 40 cents. And the rubber worms are in a package of a dozen for about $2.
Where are some good spots to fish?
In the Waukesha area, I like to fish at Beulah, Lake Beulah, or Pewaukee. And if I have time to drive a little bit further, I'll go to Fox Lake or Winnebago.
Where can fishing licenses be obtained?
Any of the major department stores have sporting goods departments where fishing licenses are sold, or any bait shop in the area will handle fishing licenses.
What are some of the legal sizes and size requirements of some fish?
In Wisconsin, the muskies have to be 30 inches right now. They're probably going to raise it to 32 next year. And in some counties, walleyes have to be 13 inches.
Thank you, Mr. Minty. We have a health tip to tell you about one of the Midwestern lakes, Lake Michigan. You should avoid eating more than one meal a week out of the lake because of the high content of PCB. That's the fishing report. Mark?
Thank you, Corey. What else do most people do during the summer? Green Valley Communications movie critic Brian Lewis will tell us that. He'll be critiquing the movie Clash of the Titans for us. Brian?
Thank you, Mark. The movie theater this past summer has been jam-packed with box office smashes such as Clash of the Titans, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Superman 2, and Dragon Slayer. The movie I'm going to critique about is Clash of the Titans. This PG-rated flick is a high excitement-based fantasy dealing with Greek mythology. Action scenes and several named actors and actresses make this movie above average film viewing. The lead actor, Perseus, is trying to fulfill his destiny as pronounced by his father Zeus. That destiny is to become the leader of the city featured in the movie. Caution, there are some gory scenes, but not to such an extreme where it would bother the faint of heart. To sum it up, a good movie for people who enjoy fantasy, but if you're a moviegoer who enjoys a realistic, true-to-life film, you'll probably want to pass on this one. However, looking back at most films out today, I give this one a B+.
Thank you, Brian. Our next report has to do with a favorite summer sport, baseball. And here the second report done by Corey Masalowitz and himself is Mike McCaffrey. Mike?
Thank you, Mark. Waukesha Park and Recreations Department's 11 and 12-year-old baseball league went smooth during the 1981 season, but there might be a few bumps in it next year. The problem is the lack of coaching. Here to talk with us is Mr. Frank Shannon, head coach of the Southern Division Tigers. Mr. Shannon, what is your overall opinion of your baseball team this year?
Being the first-time coach, and not knowing the majority of the boys for the first time, I felt uneasy. But after the first practice, Mike, I knew we had a team. And if we would have won half of our games that would have been a great season. But through the effort of 14 fantastic kids and coaches, we won our division title.
Would you like to coach next year?
Yes, I would. It was a very rewarding experience, especially meeting the parents of the players.
And what is your opinion of life coaching?
Well, I have 3 things I thought of. 1 is some coaches tend to break the rules. 2, some parents think winning is everything. And 3, I think the umpires get too much abuse in the games.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Shannon. The other coaches that helped out Mr. Shannon are coaches Jerry Wybera and Jan Masalowitz. We also talked with Paulie Wybera, son of Coach Jerry Wybera, about how he would feel if his baseball would not be played next year. He replied, "I really like baseball a lot, and I'd hate to see it stop because it keeps me busy over the summer."
Thank you, Mike. As our show comes to a close, let's look back at the topics we outlined in the show. Fan Lake YMCA Camp, swimming safety, Waukesha Park and Recreation 11 and 12-year-old baseball league, fishing, and the movie Clash of the Titans. Special thanks to Mr. Frank Shannon, Mr. John Minty, Mr. Peter Johnson, to all of our parents, and to the program department at RVS Cable. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, send them to Green Valley Communications, Main Office, West 25019, Green Valley Lane, Waukesha, Wisconsin, 53186. The address, once again, Green Valley Communications, Main Office, West 25019, Green Valley Lane, Waukesha, Wisconsin, 53186. We hope you enjoyed our show, and thank you for watching. And we hope you'll tune into our next show 1 week from now. Until then, good evening.